Hey Falcon fans, I'm here with Coach Moreland today, and we're just going to ask him a couple questions about this coming season and what they're looking forward to going into training camp here. So Coach, what type of bad habits are you going to try to break completely from your players before the home opener on August 30th?
Well, I don't know that I'm going to try and break any of their bad habits, but I think that our players have done a really good job of addressing the things that needed to be addressed in the offseason. And it started with the weight room. Our guys came out of last season disappointed in the season that we had, and so they really attacked the weight room. And we're trying to get to a point where they feel confident in their abilities with their strength and conditioning, so when they hit the field ready for practice, that they'll be ready to give it 100%.
And what do you think are the strengths of this year's tight end corps?
I think for the tight ends, we're a very veteran group. We had a good number of freshmen last year that came in that were able to learn under a lot of juniors. We actually have 3 seniors this year, didn't graduate anybody last year, so we have a lot of guys who are in the room that are going to be able to give a lot of veteran leadership to the younger guys, but they've also seen a lot of game experience, and you can't substitute that for anything. I mean, being able to be in the fight and being able to be in certain situations a number of times throughout your career is only going to help as you move forward, and so having a veteran group is really going to help us this year.
And as a former professional football player, what was your welcome to the NFL moment, or do you have any good stories for us?
My welcome to the NFL moment was when I was a rookie, my very first year. We were going through our conditioning test, and it was a very veteran team with the New York Jets, and there was a linebacker named Brian Cox who kind of had a reputation for being kind of a not a bad guy, but he was a very intimidating kind of a player, and he was new to the Jets that year, and he was very excited about the fact that he had gotten rid of all of his legal troubles over the summer, and he really felt excited about wanting to exploit some of the rookies. And so as we were walking out of our conditioning for that day, he looked right at me and said, "I can't wait to put the pads on and get after some of you rookies." And so that was really kind of my wake-up call to say this is going to be for real, and I'm really going to have to get some things done to impress the veterans and make sure that I can stick around for a little while.
Awesome. Sounds like a great experience. So why should people in the Pikes Peak region buy a ticket to come watch the Falcons at Falcon Stadium this year?
Because of the product that we're going to put on the field. These guys, our players have all worked extremely hard, and that's including the freshmen that are here going through basic training right now. These guys have all worked extremely hard, harder than they've ever worked. We had a very physical spring. From what guys tell me, you know, this is my 3rd season, so what guys have told me about being here in the past, that this is one of the most physical springs that we've had. Guys really paying attention to detail, wanting to get last year out of the way and move on to this year and really focus on the great things that we can do this year. So with all the hard work that these guys have put in, I'm excited to see the product that we're going to put on the field, and I know that the fans will be excited about the things that we can do as well.
Awesome. We're all looking forward to that. So what must the Air Force do to compete for a conference championship on a regular basis?
We need to be us. We have an identity on offense, we have an identity on defense, and we have an identity on special teams. And a lot of times in our game, we try to do too many gimmicky things, and we start going outside of who we are. And you know, especially here at the Air Force Academy, we have a special kind of an athlete, a student athlete that's here. And so when we come up with the identity that we're going to have for a specific season, we need to stay with that identity and really stay with that blueprint. And if we can do that and do it on a consistent level, I think that we'll be able to compete day in and day out, week in and week out, and then at the end of the year, we'll see what our record says, and you know, kind of see where we are in the conference and in the division.
Absolutely. How would you describe the Air Force Academy to an outsider or a potential recruit?
I am an outsider. So that is a great question, because when I was coming out of high school, I was recruited by all the academies, but the truth is I wasn't smart enough to look into the academies to find out what this place is really about. And now, having been here for 3 years, I can honestly say that this is a very special place, and it's a place that has a lot of opportunity. There's opportunity to play big-time Division I football. There's an opportunity to receive one of the best educations in the country, and then of course when you're done playing football, when you earn your degree, then you have an opportunity to go into many different career fields that a lot of other folks wouldn't have an opportunity to do. So the word that I use a lot with my recruits is opportunity, because that is truly what this place is about. It's about giving young people an opportunity to achieve more than what they ever thought.
What are your top priorities and goals as a coach when you're working with these 18 to 22-year-old men?
My top priority and goals is to help young men think not only about themselves but about the environment that they're in. We talk a lot about leadership in our room, and we talk a lot about making sure that the decisions that we make, we know are going to affect other people. And so because of that, you know, my goal is to make sure that these guys, on a consistent basis, not only when we're on the football field, but in the classroom and definitely in the communities, because I only get to see these guys for 4 years, you know, and I only get to see these guys for 4 hours a day. So I want to make sure that when they leave this place, that they understand that the community that they're going to be a part of, they are going to be leaders in that community. And if they can start to realize that early on in their career, it will only help them become better men in their communities when they get out past the Air Force Academy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Coach, and we're looking forward to watching you guys this season.
Thank you.